people have said it at this point. So.
Okay.
None of us are
I was
original.
imagining like the little
No,
VR
none of you.
guest. VR guest.
No.
Yeah.
He's literally there solely to help anyone that needs a fucking assistance.
Somebody swallows like the chicken bone. They were good to go.
The damage is
Just Ariana, she's just out of range, probably. I don't know what his range is, but...
I think it's 15? 10? 10.
It's however fucking much I want because I can just move him anywhere.
He just lightly floats by. He?
It's not really a sexed creature, so take that as
That's
you
a
will.
humanoid form. That's the closest you get.
It's a very
Even that's debatable.
So this is like my ideal.
Yeah, he's not villain enough for your taste.
So it's just like gender.
Yet.
For my taste. Seth isn't loving with villains yet.
Yeah, sure, but so before the seats are sat upon, let's rewind a little bit. I will cutscene us to the current circumstance. You guys begin filing out from the living room, having a very, very peculiar discussion, and some of you might talk with Morgan Haskett. Some of you are making your way to the kitchen. Silas, your mother has declared. She's even hit the dinner bell. Yes, there is a literal dinner bell, of course.
There is.
That's common amongst rural communities. As you guys are filing out, heading towards the kitchen for dinner, Amber is walking alongside you, Anushka, holding onto your hand, and you can sort of see out of the corner of her eye, Varric, like, not tap with like one finger, but like a hand, like a whole hand, like tap tap, like sort of like, I guess you probably the closest thing you would see it in real life is like soldiers tapping each other on the back. It's how they check to make sure that they're allies behind them without turning around. It's an interesting thing. And she turns, addresses him. She doesn't know who Varric is, and vice versa. And to that point, Varric just simply asks her to have a chat. And Amber looks at you, Anushka, then at the rest of you. Like, is he on the level? Sort of look.
He good?
Yeah.
Just a nod.
Yeah, he's alright,
Okay.
yes. She just sort of like shrugs and she's like, "Oh, I'll get you in there, I guess."
Yeah, and the two of them head outside, and Abigail follows them thereafter, and she just sort of is like the door guard, if you want to call her that. Oh, I am missing someone. I thought she was down there, but she's not. Baba boy. All right, who's getting buoyed?
Alas,
people are
the seats
getting-
next to me are already
These people are
taken.
getting buoyed. Move it or lose it. Shove it down the line. Move you guys down. You have no say on the matter. Boom.
Yeah!
Ow. Yeah. So, as Amber and Varric take their leave, people are coming down, filing down. I would say, do you guys see the free marchers walking down? Shivir has apparently suffered from the blessing of resurrection as he walks down on his own two legs. What a miracle. I guess it's 3 days until he gets to come back again, according to Jesus Christ. Tirvka does
3 hours, actually.
leave. She does go out the front door. Yeah, she pieces out. But the rest of the free marchers go into the dining area.
Is it possible to insight to see why she's leaving?
Good luck. Roll insight.
Do I have to do it at disadvantage because she is just such a mystery? No,
You
just-
roll insight, and I will tell you it's a hard DC.
Ooh.
The ways of the storm giant Goliath are mysterious. And she walks with purpose, you know that.
What purpose God knows on that.
What purpose indeed. Roll her perception. Maybe you can see, because she's got to write she's like mid-writing a note. Because that's how Tirvka communicates. She's like, Komi-san. She doesn't talk, she just writes. You do not spot what she is writing as she passes by.
Smokehouse.
Okay.
I like
So-
Amber's new token.
New token?
Oh,
This is the same token.
Yeah, she's always at
Is it the
that.
same token?
Yeah.
Besides, like, the first, like, 3 sessions.
Well, I mean, yeah, the first couple of sessions.
Yeah. Technically, she had a different token then, but then we found one way better.
Yeah.
Man, how did I not see this until now?
I mean, we had the same
Crazy.
thing with Scabola last week.
Mm.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Scabolas did.
Um.
Scabolas did change, though, right?
Hmm?
Yeah, Scabolas did change, or is it just that she actually has a token now?
No, it's just that she actually has
Nope.
a token.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
She's had this token for a while now. She's
Just
just
never
don't
seen
use
it.
it. Well, that's on you then. So what else? A knock of a dimensional sort comes from the upstairs area. Don't worry, it's not a special watch agent, nor is it a Deimos, which you really can only qualify him by his own definition. The knocking is apparently more of a courtesy thing, as you guys can also hear the door upstairs open in a rather grandiose manner. What's your guys' passive perceptions?
What's 20?
17.
So I will say there's a lot of fucking chatter going on right now, so when like 30 people file into the same room, it's a lot of chatter.
I'm sure Alice Sanders is like 21 or something.
It depends on if
Yeah.
it's sight or hearing based.
Probably.
It's
like
audio
18 to
based.
22.
Yeah,
I give Silas advantage, which connotates into a +5. That's how the logic works. So you have a 25. You hear a familiar voice. You hear Evelina's voice. You hear her talking to some peoples, whomst knows, and she's sort of in a very courteous but a little bit flourishing manner, like ushering them, like please follow me, like sort of style. And if you as you enter into the dining room area or go in the hallway, whatever you do see Evelina, and she is leading a cadre of people. Allow me to force the responsibility of description onto 2 other people. Garth and Fred, which one of you's going first, huh? Or I could roll for it.
Yes,
No, just go
silence.
for it.
Okay, so 1 is Fred, 2 is Garth. Fred, roll up. 1d2. So it shall be you.
It shall be me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you see this very not ostentatious in the way Sajara is. Sajara is very sort of like, bam, look at me, look at my clothes. I'm a presence. This is more, you can tell by the detailing, by the subtleties that this coat is way more expensive than it looks. He's got
That's fine.
white hair,
Craftsmanship.
red. Yes. White hair, red eyes. He's got this very smug smile, and he's walking with this sort of nonchalant grace, and he's got like this rapier-like sword at his side, and he's got his arm offered to a very a deadly-looking woman on his right, who has got her hair up in a bun, very sort of dressed to fight more than socialize.
Function more than form.
Yes. Beautiful brown eyes, black hair. She's got this. Would you say would it be elven made sword at this point?
Yeah. This would probably constitute the infamous or famous, depending on how you determine it, a finesse greatsword.
Yes.
Ooh.
How does a greatsword use finesse? Very easily, actually. Just go look it up.
She
Shut up,
moves
look at it.
with a similar
handle the truth.
with a similar deadly grace, and if you pay really close attention, you can. The way the two of them move is synchronized with each other. And the man looks a lot like Owen.
Would have reckoned that for the white hair and the red eyes.
Yeah, but like his bone, his facial structures, his jawline, his the facial features of his, you can tell that they're related.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Very cool. Very
I can
cool.
do the descriptions for Anella and Danny, but what does Chenemir look like, huh?
It's like I punched a microphone. Would she have any sense of? Yeah, she probably would have adapted it. Okay. What does she look like? She wears a lot of layers, and she probably doesn't have like full armor like kit going. But the way like she like carries herself, it's like she's used to wearing heavier armor than you would think for a more naturey sort. I think she's just wearing like probably a breastplate right now. But like the clothes that she has on top of it are more function than form. That being said, they probably do look a bit nicer than just like any just leathers or furs that you would have on someone. She has a weird combination of kind of a resting bitch face, but genuine, I for lack of better terms, like happiness, like just pleased kind of appearance, combined with just constant resting bitch face.
What an interesting combo.
Yeah, it's hard to describe, but she seems content where she is in life, even if her natural state is not content. She has red hair, kind of tied up, and it kind of peters off into like this kind of blonde bits at the end, like they were dyed at some point. That's just kind of grown out. As opposed to the token where she has a bloody nose, she doesn't. Not right now, at least.
Disappointing.
Yeah. And she's accompanied
in
by
evening.
someone who, in every way, looks way out of her league. Also, she's probably holding an
In
elephant.
fairness, Anella is like, you could say that for basically everyone that interacts with her that isn't a Fae.
Yeah.
Our lovely Anella. She is the Wild Fae emissary that you guys may or may not, I don't recall who was around for certain discussions, heard about. She is dressed in a held tight but flowy towards the edge purple and golden attire. So complementary colors. She has fair skin, blonde hair, a look that can kill, and the eyes confirm that, I assure you. She walks with absolute grace, confidence, and presence. She is a light that illuminates the room. Maybe semi-literally, depending on how close you are to her. Don't worry about it. And yes, she is holding Chetamir, not by the hand. No, you will be holding her by the arm, per core protocol.
That makes sense.
None of this gay hand-holding shit.
How dare you?
None of this gay shit
You
looks at the married woman.
Accompanying Lady Anella is her younger sister, who simply goes by Danny, not a lady. And her attire certainly demonstrates that in comparison to her older sister. Don't get me wrong, they both look very pretty, very lovely, same, facial structure, blonde hair, fair complexion, all that good stuff. But Danny is dressed more in like traveler's attire or like riding outfit than the showy, flourishing attire of her older sister. And in a manner similar to Chetamir, she doesn't look particularly happy. She has a pretty, maybe it's not a resting bitch face, but just a bitch face. But she's here. She's with her sister and her sister-in-law and one of her friends. Wait, where did her friend go? No. You guys know what Lyko look like. And when Lyko spots Vaso and vice versa, she just gets a malicious smile of glee upon her face. like a child whose toy has been returned back to them. Freshly repaired.
Our poor boy. Our poor boy.
How does Vaso look at that?
Roll
her
inside.
existence?
I mean, when you look at him, he's already donned his helmet.
That's a smart man.
well,
That's a smart lad.
Oh,
Wait, is there someone
can I as well? Because that's interesting.
That's
Oh my goodness, look at you go.
Let's
I know,
get
right?
into it.
Do that. We're gonna do that.
And it's just like, oh, there's some drama.
What secrets does the helmet hold?
What secrets lie
It-
behind the helmet?
Seth is distracted by someone else.
What secrets lie behind the helmet? A crash autobiography. Yeah, Anella and Danny are... I'm going to use this description. It's a description used in Dresden Files. They look... How to say this? They look like the pinnacles, epitome, paragons of what were known back in the day among certain cultures as warrior goddesses, where they are beautiful to behold. Holy fuck, do you wish that they're on your side when they're in a fight, because you know that they will kill everything in their path. Whereas, Danny's quite obviously dressed like a duelist that could probably run you through before you can even have a heartbeat. Anella looks like she could probably think something, and she knows she can think something that will kill you. So, they have that sort of command about them. Don't get me wrong, you guys aren't their subservients. You're not their citizens or whatever. They're not your boss. But they walk with that confidence. This is probably the closest thing you guys would imagine being near the king would be like. Royalty.
Love that.
But yeah, so about these inside roles. Silas, Vaso. Vaso seems like he knew that this was coming at some point, and he's a man ready to meet his destiny.
That's one way to put it.
To Anushka and Oriana, he's a man ready to meet his destiny. He doesn't know what that destiny is, though.
No idea what it entails.
So he is a man marching into the unknown.
Yep.
What's he looking for? Absolutely nothing.
It is often described that people are not afraid of certain things in horror movies, they're afraid of the unknown. Right? Not knowing what the monster is, who the monster is, and what lurks in the dark, etc., etc., etc. Vaso is in that sort of state, but he is emanating bravery, because it is, to stand up to your fears is being brave, not being fearless. So, he knows this conversation is gonna have to happen, and from the looks of her, she ain't not letting it happen, so might as well get this over with, in classic Vaso manner.
Oh, our poor boy.
Can
Let's get
Oriana,
this shit over with.
can Oriana, in bats, just grab him by the shoulder and just be like, you got this. And also,
Yeah, she
shout
just
at
gives
you
a thumbs
for
up in the background, Anushka's like, you can do it!
Oh, like How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh,
He looks at you guys and nods. Thanks.
we believe in you!
I don't. Let's get this over with.
Oh,
Believe in
3 times
the
if you
idiots that
need to
consider
be back.
friends that believe in you. Oh god.
He begins walking through towards or past through the small crew of people that has now arrived from the second floor, through the entrance to the rest of the mansion, and she simply stops and waits for him. It's like a master watching their puppy walk up to them, and the two of them walk further down the hall. And before you guys enter into the dining room area, you guys do hear a remark, "Hello, Vaso. How have you been?" And then you guys enter in, and God's helping him.
So Evelina was leading this troop of people in?
Evelina was leading the troop of people in, yes. And she's, as you guys are I guess Oriana and Anushka are busy hype manning up Vaso. Evelina spots you, Silas, as she has a put upon face or expression style, what you want to call it, at the moment. Again, she's a bit in work mode, but as she spots you amidst your company, your crew, you can see that break for a bit, and she just smiles even wider and brighter, and she just tries to re-usher people forward with a bit more pep in her step. 1, because she's more happy. 2, because she's trying to ditch them.
I think seeing that and getting the idea that Silas wasn't going to do what I was originally going to do, which is have her introduce everyone.
Yeah, if you want. That is standard. She's gonna have to do that. It's standard procedure for fairies.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. But I was gonna... I mean, yeah, fuck it, I guess. Silas will greet Evelina and absolutely beam, because,
Good to see you again.
In general.
God, this is gonna be hard. You have all these very confident, powerful women, and I'm about to voice all of them, but the problem is I only have a limited subsect of voices for that. This is why I'm playing Star Rail, because there's a lot of awesome voice acting in that I can steal from. Nanoid's gonna be the easiest. She doesn't talk much.
Yeah.
But yeah, Evelina greets you rather happily, bubbly, etc., etc. And she just pulls you, grabs you by the forearm and pulls you close and sort of brandishes you, I guess, shows you off to the crew behind her. Silas, welcome to Owen's mansion properly. I know this doesn't fully look like his mansion, but she like knocks on the wall, like knock on wood. It's good. It is. And allow me to introduce you to, and she just sort of begins gesturing at this crew. It's rather simply Noxalas. And Co. She says, looking at Danny in particular, who just quirks an eyebrow and gets a smirk on her face. She's like, I am part of your guys' nerd group.
Don't involve me in this shit.
They don't involve me in this dumbass shit.
Celeste will nod and say hello, and kind of look at everyone.
None of them speak back at the moment, but Evelina like doesn't pause, and she just begins introducing. This is Lady Anella, the Wild Fae emissary. Her younger sister, Danny. She like gestures behind, way back. I believe you're already accompanied with Lyko.
So I was like, yeah.
You can say that.
You guys look past and see what Lyko and Voss are doing, and it's probably the position more like this, where Lyko is like leaned against the wall, like she's like has her elbow and her arm on the wall, sort of dreamily looking at him, and he's just like staring at attention.
Oh my god.
Is she doing a thing where he's like kind of like almost pinned against the wall?
No.
Well, like the Happy Dawn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's not doing that. No, not yet.
She would. She would be the type to do that.
She totally would be the type to do it. Not after pausing for a beat on that. Evelina continues, and this is Aldrich Magnus, Danaway Magnus, and Chetamir of Frosto.
What's up? She just gives a nod.
Celeste will nod back.
I like that one.
the dude nod like, yo.
You're responding with the proper response.
Me and my cousin did that for years.
Yo.
Does Chetamir say that out loud? I like that one.
Yes, absolutely.
Celeste's ear flicks. This is a
Yeah,
good.
you would, wouldn't you, Sir Jameer?
We don't need to have this conversation in the hall, lords and ladies.
Right.
Gestures and like usher, like not jazz handing it, but like sort of shaking her hand slightly, like, oh, let's go into the kitchen, dining room.
Hey, let's go actually eat the dinner. It's been prepared for like 2 weeks.
My, Owen, what have you done with the place? It's quite...
Yeah, Owen is in the dining room area, and you say that, and like you could hear him hear you, because you could hear him talk to someone, say like, I'll be right back. And then he comes on out, walking in a rather hurried manner, and he turns around the corner and sees everyone. He doesn't even say anything as he goes up to you, Aldrich, and he just like holds out his arms for a hug.
Yeah, pull him in.
Uncle, it's so good to see you.
It's been too long. How are you?
Busy. The world never quiets down. But I guess it's a good thing, right?
Indeed.
You guys, Anella chuckles. It sounds more akin to like, I don't know, chimes on the wind. It's musical. She just chuckles. He guesses. You've never changed, Owen. With all the teachers I have, I think I've held on to my own. Of all the teachers you've had. She begins walking past and pats him on the shoulder like, oh, child.
Now,
But
who
please,
are all of these people?
I'll be happy to introduce you to everyone. Some of them I'm
God.
not as familiar with, but they're all good people. Well, with the exception of he looks past and sees at this point Deimos is walking in, even though Tertiary and Scavoro are like, you're not fucking invited in, and he's just like, but here's the thing though, and he says that right back at him. Well, technically I sort of was, so you have no power over me.
Nishka just slowly just sort of sinks in her seat like to
No power here.
Does Chetamir know of Deimos?
You know Deimos.
Okay,
You and him
you
have
know
probably
Deimos.
spoken before.
Would Albrecht know
Chet-
of Deimos?
Yep.
Probably. Yeah, like if you're high.
He's probably made a passing joking remark. At least you hope it's a joke, where it's just like, hope the restored lady doesn't get shattered again. Can't imagine like who would do that.
I mean, wow, that'd be great.
Now, see, that's just mean.
In full remark, like it would be like, as long as no one puts a hit out on her, he has really no. He is equally indifferent on everyone in existence until someone puts a hit on him.
Money makes the world go round.
I could kill you. I'll let you know that. I have no reason to, though. It's not a personal thing. It's just business.
Just business. But yeah, so Deimos walked in with Tertiana, Scavola, Nezrina, and Wolfgang. Ichabod has disappeared. Who knows where? But that's classic Ichabod. He tends to run. He tends to run. With his fight or flight reflex, it's usually flight. So
when it's fight, it's terrifying.
So yeah, that's pretty fair. I like to think.
He's a survivor.
He is a survivor. Well, he's sort of dead, but not really. Anyways,
he failed.
He's got to learn.
I guess that is a good point. He is a survivor, isn't he? Anyways, so yeah, Deimos walks in with again the upper echelon, if you want to call them that, NPCs. Which is an interesting thing, because between Wolfgang versus, like, say, Chetamir, it depends on what the circumstance is, but one of them, like, it's not, like, lean towards Wolfgang automatically, right? Like, at this point, we're talking about, like, such higher-end NPCs that, or PCs, NPCs, auxiliary pieces, whatever the fuck you want to call them, higher-end characters that, at this point, I would just bust up. Me and Alec were talking about this. We're thinking about using I was thinking about using it, and he's my consultant, on using the 2d6 system from Monster of the Week.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just like, on a 7 to 9, you succeed by a class, on a 1 to 6, you fail, and then on a 9 or a 10 and above, you just succeed. So, like, your upper echelon characters would use that instead.
Right.
I don't know how that would
what the person's
translate.
AC is. It's just like, do you succeed?
Exactly. And obviously, just like Monster of the Week, there would be mods. Alex says, like, Alec and I were talking, the max in Monster of the Week is +3, but he's like, but also in fairness, in Monster of the Week, you are playing, like, demigods, and, like, touche. So there might be a chance where it's, like, Wolfgang on physical checks has a +5, so he can only possibly fail on a 1. But there's a chance! So, that's something for later. That's something for later. Just want to keep you guys in the loop.
Build up from hunting.
Fun times.
Regardless.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll get there. We'll burn that bridge when we cross it. But, yeah, Deimos spots all of you guys. And he's just like, he's talking to Tertiana and Scavola, like, haha, you have no power over me. And he spots even more people. And he just whistles, which is impressive because you can't really see his mouth, or if he even has one. He just whistles. This evening just got a lot more interesting.
Chenmir poorly tries to act as if she didn't see him. It's like poorly because she has a -1 charisma.
-1.
He like blitzes forward. He leaves like a red after image, like a speeding car's like headlights. He just appears in front of Chetamir. How's it been, girl? Heard you got lost.
Fine, everything's fine now.
Well, did you get lost?